All right, everybody. We're here with this diagram again, and we just want to review everything before we start. And I'll start with the tools, actually, before we go to the diagram, just to familiarize. Here's a T-square. I'll wave that across, standard T-square, over on my side of my table. All right. This is a 45, 45, 90 triangle, 45, 45, 90. Transparent is always good because you can then, when you're making alignments, you can see not only above and below, but through the triangle in the plastic. Very, very helpful, much easier. There is a 30, 60, 90, so a 30, 60, 90 triangle we have to have as well. So there's that. A protractor to be able to gauge angles from 0 to 180 and determine a lot of actual degrees of angle in perspective, obviously. I like these mechanical pencils, and they sharpen by twisting them and grinding them in this. Take that little bob in there. But those are great. They stay really sharp and they're great. So that little spinner actually spins. Okay, and as I recommended also, the two-sided red and blue Prismacolor Verithin. So you can find those. These are real handy too to do the color. And my old brush from when I was 14. Still have it for sweeping away any erasures you have, real easy. So pick an old favorite brush, and you got that. And typically just kneaded eraser and a Statler Man kind of white eraser if you really need to get hard on it, if you make any mistakes, that kind of stuff. Okay? Okay. Let's review. We've got our picture plane, as we described plenty before. I just wanted to make sure we all are on the same page again. We're not going to really do really formal diagrams at first after this one, but I did want to make the point that I just wanted to review and look at the tools. Picture plane, as we know, we're standing here. We're a particular distance away, and that distance projects that cone of vision. So there's the station point. There's the eye level horizon line. There's the center of vision line and the center of vision point in the middle. We have the distance line from the actual station point viewer to here, but we also then have the station point that's down here. And if we want, we can actually put in the fact that this goes from here, and we'll do that right now, slowly turns and goes to there. Oops, of course, I broke my lead. So there we go. So that's the actual station point going down from its original position, from the eyes, all the way down to the flattened station point we talked about so much. Then, of course, we have our ground plane, and we have our ground line measuring line. So you can measure real horizontal widths right there on the picture plane, if you want to imagine. And this is our true height measuring line, where you can do real height. Anything behind that space will have smaller scale. Anything that's giving the illusion of coming forward will have larger scale to those increments. So only those increments are only true for whatever you designate them as on the picture plane. You can slide all around the picture plane, up and down, side to side, and you won't gain any size. But once you want to go into deep space or out toward the viewer, you'll gain size or lose size as you go back. Again, the cone of vision, of course, is 30 and 30 on each side, projecting to these points, which you clearly saw in the diagram in real life on the wall with me in front of it. And then it's a total of 60. It also goes down to the bottom and the top as well, because it's a cone. It's actually, all the way around. What else? Anything else? Oh yeah, and this is your distance line, as I mentioned, but this is the other distance line, of course, down here. And that's about it. You've got your ground plane, you've got your real station point, you got your flattened station point like a flap. So again, this whole thing falls away like a flap and continues. And that's about it. So we're going to get into some simpler ones on referencing now, diagrams on referencing, reference points, and scaling size and perspective, okay? All right, so we'll dive into that right now.